Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham.
I am Connie Smock. I had to go get my halos and she had hers.
Oh my God. And we are finding joy in the simple things. Okay.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everybody. Yeah, I want to wear my halo today. And so does Connie. I love this. This is great. So today is day 7. And today we're going to talk about dreams. And I know that there's a lot going on. And actually, I was going to tell you this too, Tink. We have our higher self messages come out on Thursdays. Connie and I, we go back and forth and we channel a message from your higher self each week. And so the one for tomorrow, well, you're going to get this today. You'll get this Thursday. Actually, this video will be released on Thursday. But there is a meditation that they channeled with the message this week as well. And they don't usually do that. So I'm really excited for that. So if you get a chance, make sure you check that out too, because we're going to be releasing both of these. And I wanted to talk about, should we just start in, do you think, about the dream?
Just start in about the dream. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So basically what ended up happening is last night, I had a dream about my Baka, my grandma. So I called her Baka. She passed away 2 years ago this week. And I had not had a dream about her, at least that I remember. I might have had something in the very beginning, something subtle. I know I get a lot of signs from her. I actually get ducks when I see ducks. And it's so crazy too, because as soon as I'm heading to my mom's house, a lot of times ducks will start flying over my car. And in random places, I'm driving on the expressway and ducks start flying over my car. So it's unusual. But anyways, I know that they're her because we had gone to the park one time and ducks were a big deal. We used to go and spend time at the park by the water and feed the ducks. So anyways, last night, it was a very simple dream. And I went to go, this is in my dream, I went to go to my garage to go open up I went to go turn the light on or something because I was going to put something out there like the recyclables. And somehow I hit the button to open up the garage door. And in my driveway, sitting in my driveway, was my uncle in the car. And then next to him in the passenger seat was my grandma. And they were just sitting in the driveway like they were talking. And I went to go like shut it because I got like scared. I was like, oh, and I saw my uncle like laughing. And the thing about it is that I haven't talked to my uncle in a little while. And so there were some things that we had an issue a couple months ago, and I haven't really resolved that with him, and I haven't really talked to him about it. So it was interesting that my grandma showed up in my dream with my uncle in the car because I know her message to me is call your uncle. Call your uncle and talk to your uncle and just check on him and let him know that I'm with him too. So I loved that dream and I just thought it was the coolest thing. She didn't say anything, but I knew that that was the message. And the reason we wanted to talk about this also is because I had a client who had lost a loved one and she was feeling frustrated because she wasn't getting dreams of her loved one. And I know that that can be a difficult thing at times, especially when you're struggling or you really want to hear from them. But it's been 2 years since my grandma passed away and I haven't had a dream about my grandma too. So I can feel her presence and I know that she's with me in different ways. She'll make me feel that. But sometimes we get dreams, but sometimes we get signs in other ways too. So go ahead, Tink, because she also has a dream that she wants to share. This is really incredible, actually.
I did not know she had a dream last night about a loved one. And then I did too. And I rarely, again, I can't tell you the last time I had a dream about a loved one on the other side. And it actually wasn't my loved one, it was Brad's. But, and I didn't even catch it even so when she was talking about, when you were talking about yours, I still didn't even catch it until I started telling you about my dream. Like, oh yeah. And then I had a dream about blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but before I go on to that, you're 100% right. And I love that fact. She didn't have to say a word. She was talking and laughing with your uncle. She told you, I just get chills everywhere. She was telling you exactly what she wanted with you and what she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
She just wants you two talking and laughing and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing too about dreams is, yes, when they show up, that is them. That
Mm-hmm.
is real. And I have clients too saying it felt so real, like they were there. And oftentimes they don't say stuff. They'll just sit on the bed, or because they don't really need to say anything. It's the presence of knowing that they're there, for one thing, is comforting alone. They're letting you know that they're there, that they are with you. It's interesting that we were noticed. I actually noticed hers. I'm like, is that a halo on your angel? So that maybe they wanted us to wear these, talking about loved ones on the other side in dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, you're right, that I totally agree with you 100%. And Twink and I are actually really good about that. We can actually decipher dreams because we intuitively also pick up on what the message is. But with dreams, not only is it stuff, it can be prophetic, but can also be what are you holding on to coming out. It's a way of releasing your subconscious too, of what's coming on out inside. My dream, I had a dream that we were stuck in a hotel room. In a hotel, I'm sorry, we weren't able to leave the hotel, and I didn't know why in the dream. It didn't, at least we didn't talk about it, but I just knew we couldn't leave, which is what's going on right now. We can't leave our house. And also too, more times than not, it won't be your house. It will be somebody else's that you may have never even seen a house, but it's the whole point of too, a house generally represents like your foundation and structure. And there's another meaning for house. I can't remember what it is, but there is another one.
House represents you, you personally. A lot of times it's about you feeling safe, feeling like you have that grounding foundation place. It's about you, your inside. Like when you have the basement flooding, that's emotions. That's in your house. That's you needing to work through your emotions.
That makes sense in a lot of ways. But in the house, Brad's mom, who has passed on the other side, was there. And I was in one bathroom, she was in the other, but I kept hearing like curtains, sounded like there was like struggling or moving curtains or something. So I went to Brad and I said, you need to check on your mom because it sounds like something's going on in there. Well, a little bit later, he came back in and I said, how is your mom? He's like, I checked on her. She's okay. She's fine as she always is. Now, there's two meanings behind that. One is sometimes the person who's being depicted in your dream is actually about someone else. It doesn't necessarily mean that's who the person is, although I feel it's, again, two meanings. One, it's his mom saying she's okay. But two, I've been worried about my mom lately. Like literally, just even that day, I just talked to my mom. So it's also the way of Brad is saying she's fine as she always is. You know, my mom always seems to pull through everything. So that's the second part of the dream. I also remember looking out the window and there were 3 frogs. And Spirit talks to me a lot. I get a lot of messages through animals. So to me, frogs mean cleansing and prosperity. And it also means wisdom too. Like in Asia, frogs are highly revered for not only just abundance, but also wisdom. So real quickly, I just wanted to share, because this is a message for everyone for frog. If you hear a frog during the daytime, it will rain very soon. I didn't hear them, I only saw them. Do a physical cleanse to detoxify your body. And I have been eating poorly since we've been doing the, whoa, weird. I have been eating poorly since we've been on lockdown. Do an emotional cleanse by letting yourself really feel your emotions and cry as much as you need to in order to clear and release any emotional toxicity. Singing or chanting out loud will help you feel more balanced, at peace, and connected to the divine. So just because you can't go out doesn't mean you can't put the radio on. It doesn't mean you can't, or your music on, and that's a way to get physical too. Move around and dance and sing. This is the one I love. This is the message for everyone. You're entering into a time of plenty and abundance. Yay! Go frog! This is the start of a slow and steady transformational process for you, a movement from an old life to a new. So I think that's, a message personally and globally. I think it can affect a lot of people. And again, because it showed up in the dream, I think it was, and the interesting is too, the number 3, which is creativity. It can mean money relating to creativity. 3, I know 3 is a number for you that comes up that you love. That's your favorite number. So obviously it's a message for you too. So go ahead, Twinkle.
Absolutely. No, that's good. One thing I did want to touch on about, sometimes we'll hold on to the idea that we want our loved ones to come through in a dream, especially with stuff that's going on like this right now, saying, I need your help, or I need a sign, that's the way you want to approach it. You want to ask your loved ones, I need your help. Bring me a sign. Show me that you're with me. But letting go of how they do that and not holding on to, you want to have a dream about them. And I know a lot of people do want to have dreams from their loved ones. I know you want so much to feel them and to talk to them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that just by having a dream is the only way that they can communicate or connect with you. A lot of times you may need extra sleep when you're dreaming. Sometimes what I've noticed is when somebody's really distraught and really struggling, spirit has a hard time coming to you in your dreams. And I've noticed that they are bringing forward signs, because a lot of people will say, well, I'm not getting anything. I don't see what's happening. And when I've taught the connecting class and done readings and worked with people, as we've talked through things, we've realized and recognized that spirit has been bringing forward signs for them all along. They just weren't making that connection. They were wanting it in a certain way, or wanting it to be sometimes very loud or very clear, like, this is what I want you to bring forward a dream for me, so I know you're with me. Let go of that and allow them to come forward in the way that is going to be best for you. Connie and I are going to be teaching an online connecting class, and I know we're so excited.
So excited.
Yeah, we haven't decided exactly when or what the date is. I don't think we've released that yet. But we will. We'll be posting that on our Facebook page and sending out emails about it. So stay on the lookout for that. But I did want to just make sure that when you are trying to connect with a loved one, just setting the intention and saying it out loud a lot of times too can really help. I need your help. Please show me a sign. Let me know that you're with me. And then be aware of that. It could be through an animal, like Connie always gets signs through animals. It could be something, for me, I've noticed is that they will repeat things. And I've found quarters on the ground. I have one of the signs from my grandfather was I smelled watermelon, which is what I talk about. I was driving in the car. Okay, there was no watermelon in the car, and I didn't even know it was one of his favorite foods. And I started calling, everybody. I'm like, hey, are you eating watermelon? Because I couldn't figure out why I was smelling watermelon, and I knew it was important. Well, it turns out it was one of my grandfather's favorite foods, something I never knew. So they can bring forward those signs in a lot of different ways. You just have to be open to it and allow them to bring it forward. They know what's best for you in a way that's going to be best for you. They know how to do that. All right, Tink, anything else?
No, that's it. And we did talk about before in another one that the connecting class would be on April 2nd, Thursday. So yeah, so we need to talk about that tomorrow and get that out.
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize we had already set a date. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's one thing. So, and we're going to talk more about signs in our second connecting class, just so you know. So that's going to be another one. But also one thing that, as far as loved ones in dreams, one thing you can do is ask before you go to bed for them to come forward in your dream. Ask them, and then ask your angels to help you remember. Archangel Zadkiel is one for memory. So, but you can just ask angels in general. I just got chills everywhere. Like, it's like to help you remember your dreams, because they are coming to you. They really, truly are. You're just not remembering them. That's a lot of what goes on too. It can be both, but and that's okay. It's not right or wrong. It's just a lot of people don't remember their dreams. So have that intention before you go to bed, and then send white light to it or whatever. If you know Reiki, send Reiki to it, whatever it is that you wake up in the morning and you remember, or in the middle of the night or whenever it is. But make sure you keep a piece of paper and or a pen by your bedside so you remember it, because sometimes I'll remember it when I first wake up, but then in the morning I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember what I had a dream about. I knew it was something important, but I forgot. So that's another way.
Well, that's what just happened. Before we went on, we were talking and I was sharing my dream with Connie really quick. I didn't even tell you the whole thing. And then we were just going to talk about, that was our subject. And you started talking about your dream. And then you remembered that Brad's mom came to you in the dream. So that's why too, when you wake up in the morning, start writing down. I have found as I write, I will remember more parts of the dream that you will forget if you start getting busy or doing your day. That just happened to you, Connie.
It did. The sad part is when I woke up, I told Brad about it in the morning, but then forgot about it until we were talking. So that's how easily and quickly you can forget. So yes, so thank you. Yeah. And that's really about it. Yeah, I think we're good for now. So we're going to end on that. And then, again, we'll share more later. In the meantime, have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light. Bye, everyone.
Have an angelic day. Go ahead, Tink.
Yes, have an angelic day.